Hello, hello. It is your girl here with Just Ask and definitely a different setup today. We have the Danyar. Did I say that right?
Danyar, yes.
Danyar. And I'll let you introduce yourself. But as you can see, little mama is gonna get these Kasadi boots nice and polished up and ready for the winter season.
These Kasadi boots are meant to be shown love,
Yeah.
and that's what we're here for today. I'm Danyar with Buffalo Leather Care, and we're going to be dusting these boots off. Emily just got these, so there's probably not going to be too much scuffing going on that we have to go in and polish up. But what we are going to do is we're going to go in and recondition the leather. This is Italian Napa leather. So it needs to be maintained on a regular basis. This isn't something that you can just kind of throw into your closet and forget about it like your grandpa's leather jacket. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure you take care of these. And then I also have something else for you later. We have some boot holders for these. So you can keep these upright. The other thing is we want to keep the leather from creasing over time. That's why we want to go ahead and make sure that we're conditioning the leather to keep it from holding shape in certain ways that it shouldn't be, especially if it's bent over in a box or,
Which is how I had it.
right? So we're going to fix that. We're going to make sure that we take care of that. So today we're going to be going and cleaning these up and getting to know one another in the meantime as well. So it's going to be very fun.
Thank you. All right.
All right, let's start here. Okay.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm getting this done.
Yeah, here you go.
Okay. Well, so that's a little
Put it down right there. That's perfect.
That's good?
That's perfect.
Okay, all right.
So here we've got this heel gum. This is going to get any substances off of the heel, off of the base over here in the sole. If you've got anything going on where it's like you've got, the sticker still on there, we'll be going ahead and helping getting that off. So this is going to help get any texture off.
Okay. So now, what's your title doing this?
So I guess you could say I'm the owner. I'm the founder of the business, but I have other people that I work with that I also get creative ideas from. As any business, nothing is an independent project, right? You can't expect anything to be done by yourself. So I stand on the shoulder of giants, right? I guess you could say that. I don't do anything that I personally don't have the ability to do, right? So if something's beyond me, I'm not going to just be like, oh, let me mess up your heels, right? I'm going to let you know, I got to take this into the big guys. So
yeah, transparency.
Right, exactly. And I've noticed that helps a lot with people. Oh, this is actually still on here. All right, so let's take this off together. Wow, these are brand spanking new. Jeez. So one thing a lot of people actually don't know about their shoes is that the bottom of your shoes are not made of wood, especially with these.
Okay.
These are a leather sole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so over time, your soles will wear down. So these will need to be replaced, which is something that we can take care of for you as well.
Okay, good to know.
One thing you can do to keep these soles from wearing on the bottom, like here, or even here on the tip. So you can learn a lot from people just from their shoes. And so I can tell that you've got one great balance because you've got even wear here, and then you've also lifted off with your toe a bit of this. So what's going on is you're stepping pretty hard and then you're lifting off with your toe pretty hard. So you're strutting in these. You're letting everyone know you're walking around. So the tip is kind of worn out. So what we could do is we could add a nude colored sole protector to these to keep the bottom from wearing down over time. And then the other thing is let's say you're going for a walk on a rainy night or you're walking into a restaurant. You're walking into the restaurant. You want to make sure that you're not slipping, right? So we can add a textured bottom to these. So it'll actually be a lot safer. Yeah.
Okay,
so
nice.
Let's go ahead and get the adhesive off of there.
Yeah. And then something like adding what you just said, is that involved, or is it like
So it is pretty involved. A lot of people think it's just you can
tacking it on.
right, yeah. So like you could get the ones from Amazon where you're just
not on this type of
right,
yeah,
exactly, right. Not on these babies. So if you've got a cheapo heel that you just want to make them look nice, or you're like, oh, I want to add some red bottoms to these, they have those Faco slip, like, you could slip those on there and it'll look okay.
Yeah.
But with something like this, you actually want to, what happens is you're going to grind down the leather sole.
Yeah.
And because what happens is if you don't, there will be an uneven platform now from the heel to the sole.
Okay.
So we grind down the sole, and then we glue this new protective sole on there with a cement glue.
Okay.
And basically it adheres to it to the point where
it's like
nothing,
part of it,
it's like nothing's coming apart.
Yeah.
That will then be cut to the actual shape of your sole.
Okay.
Because each sole is different, each boot is cut differently from each different maker.
Okay.
It is pretty intense. Some companies will charge upwards of $100. We charge only about $60 to $80 depending on what shoe it is and what kind of heel it is.
And it's gonna last so long.
Yeah, it's worth, if you've got $1,500 pair of leather boots, a $60 to $80 investment is
makes sense.
It's almost like a have to. It pays for itself.
Exactly.
So that's there. So now what we're doing is this is a horsehair brush from Brazil. These are made to knock out all these folds here that you've got. They collect dust and they're going to collect just, grime over time. So you're not going to want to keep pulling these up every time. And even if you do, go ahead and try to do that if you want. You're not going to be able to get these ones down here. So we're going to go ahead and just knock these off.
Okay. So now you haven't always lived here. What's a little bit about like where you've been, where you've learned from those places?
So I was originally born in Iraq.
Okay.
And my family immigrated here to America in 2003. But before moving here, we were also in Turkey. Okay. And that's the other thing too is items in like Turkey, Iraq, they're like so much cheaper. Like a leather jacket here in America compared to a leather jacket overseas, it's like pennies on the dollar. So if you want good leather, go overseas. That's where you go get good stuff.
Take the trip.
Yes. But I've been in America since 2003. I've pretty much lived in Buffalo all my life. Okay. And it's amazing to see the amount of craftsmen and the amount of entrepreneurs that are here in Buffalo. Like the people that you can meet and just make connections with, it's insane. I mean, I would have probably never made the connections I've made with the cobblers that I work with, Dominic and Dominic. Shout out to you guys. They have so much knowledge and they've been at their location for 50 plus years to the point where, I don't think I could say that if I was in Dallas, Texas, I'd meet people who had the same level of friendliness or the same level of experience in different shoes even. Because Buffalo has had so many different, I guess you could say waves in finance, right? We've had booms in the beginning of the 50s. And then now we've got a tech boom coming in. Yeah. So you went from having people that would wear, dress shoes every day to people wearing Birkenstocks, which you should still be getting conditioned. You should still be getting your Birkenstocks conditioned. Yeah.
Especially with the weather we have in Buffalo.
Yes. Yeah.
It literally could be raining, snowing, and then sunny the next day.
And that's the other thing too, is I never expected when I moved to America, the Buffalo weather to be what it was, it
is unique.
It's very, very unique. So now this is going to be leather conditioner that we're going to massage in to the leather and let that dry. Once that dries, we're going to work the polish in. So, I'm so sorry. Go ahead and here you go. Okay. I'm going to have you actually lift your foot and put it right in the crevices there. Okay. So that way we don't scratch up your lovely heel. So what have you done in terms of your work besides the podcast? Because I know you do a lot of different stuff with fashion and yeah, I mean, you've got the fashion thing going and you got a bunch of different things going.
I know I said I had to slow down the creative ideas.
Yeah.
Well, by day, I'm a personal assistant to the therapist at his office. So I kind of am just the backbone of that for, scheduling, making all his visions happen. You know, we're now expanding into the second office. So that's like a clean slate for me to design and decorate. So I'm like in heaven.
Yeah. You just get to work your creativity, right?
Exactly. So I'm very blessed. I'm very fortunate, for where I have been able to be as far as, my career, but also being an entrepreneur. And just having these creative spaces I get to work in, peacefully. Like that's I don't take that for granted because not a lot of people can say they have that. But that's what I do by day.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, I do have a small event planning business, my design and organization, which is fun because I get to apply that here. And then my podcast, and I feel like the podcast kind of ties it all together.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives you a lot more networking, the ability to do that too, right?
Yeah, and just like you said with the connections of it, it's just like, the last, at least 6 months have been just completely amazing in the sense of the people I've met, the people who have found me on, social media.
Yes.
And kind of just making it, work for yourself, so.
And that's the hardest thing too, is I think people don't understand, like working for yourself or trying to create something for yourself. It's like one of those things that it sounds nice when you want to do it, and then when you're finally doing it, you're like, who told me this was a good idea? And why did nobody let me know the things that are about to come my way?
And it's entrepreneurship is not for the weak.
Yes.
It's gonna have you in all types of moods, discouragement, thinking you can't do it, and then you gotta, get yourself back up. Sometimes you might have support, sometimes you might not. So it's work, but when it is your own, it does change the mindset of you don't have HR, you don't have payroll. I mean, you might, but like when you're a smaller business, when
you're just starting out,
it's like you're everything. You're the office manager, you're the.
It's like I like to say that when we like to say team, the team is really me, myself, and we. Like what I mean. We use we a lot, but it's just me, myself, and me. Like, it's. That's the one funny thing. It's like a lot of people don't understand that. Yeah, this is really.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's a startup for sure.
But and that's why it's so important. Like you have to be passionate about it because if you're passionate about it, that is your motivation. That's kind of just like how you keep pushing forward. Rolling with the punches and the waves of everything, but. Then there's so many rewarding things like making your own schedule or the flexibility or
being able to do a podcast at 1 p.m. and people think like they just see that part and they don't see the actual work that goes into it.
Let me see, what was I doing at 4:30 this morning in the bed? Watching the last podcast I just recorded just to have it ready for posting by Monday.
Right. I think the other morning I was up at 5 a.m. Editing the Louboutins I just finished because I was like, these need to be out by lunchtime because I know the algorithm is going to put, and like this is the other thing too. As a business owner, you never was like, what's the algorithm up to? Like you never thought you're going to be like, I'm going to have to worry about what the algorithm is up to this week.
For me, I'm just like at this point, I'm like, I'm just making my own algorithm. How about that?
Yes. Okay, so this one's all set. We're going to move on to this one for now.
Yeah, so
this
by
one's
the way,
drying.
For any of the viewers, this is wonderful so far. Do you go to people's houses for this?
Yes, actually, so I can do a traveling shoe shine. That's so if you have an event where, let's say you have a bunch of realtors where you're like, we have a award event that we're doing.
Very nice.
You want to make sure everyone's shoes are up to par.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, so that's something that we do offer. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of do the same thing on this one. So let's see here.
Okay. Yeah, that's super good. This kind of feels like a massage. So like I'm getting all types of spoiled this month. Oh, I'm loving this.
So we're just gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and wipe this off. So here's the other thing too. You're not using a wet cloth. You're
Okay.
using a damp cloth at the
At the
best. And
most,
then
yeah.
you're just gonna go ahead and just lightly rub it on there. Get any dust that might be stuck in certain areas.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I think like, so my guy, he is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
I like things like this. What I love about him is that
Yeah.
he invests in
He's got
me.
great
He
taste.
does, and things like this is like sometimes when you get to these certain milestones or accomplishments, whether
Yeah.
it's in graduating or like your career or whatever the case is, you learn it is nice to treat yourself to something nice.
And you deserve it. You have
Right.
to learn to say, I deserve
Right.
this.
And at the same time too, like even this process. So this is my first time ever getting,
Yeah.
shoes shined. But it also shows you the value on being appreciative of stuff when you do
Yeah.
invest money, whether it's you investing in it or somebody investing for you. You learn to have this respect for this product that isn't from Walmart. Not that anything is wrong with
Nothing
Walmart.
wrong with
Yep,
that.
but like it's not $50, $60. Yes, the value of these are high end, and it's just like you said, 60 to 80 bucks for adding
Yeah.
souls to them. It's an investment. It's not like, oh my god, 60 to 80 bucks on top of. But when you understand quality, when you
Yeah.
understand the value of something, you then learn to take care of it
When
in a
you
different
even
way.
just touch the leather
Yeah.
compared to the leather on
Yeah.
something like you said, like Walmart,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you understand that these are different and these
Yes.
need to be taken care of and given a
Exactly.
little bit of love. The thing is the way the game of shoes has gone, it's so easy to just go buy a new pair of shoes that people don't really care about their shoes nowadays.
Right,
People
right.
don't invest in actually, going out
Yeah.
and saying,
Oops,
oops,
sorry.
sorry, going out and saying, hey, my heel's falling off. Can
Yeah.
we fix that? What can we do?
It's funny that you mentioned that. So, I'm a heel girl.
Okay.
I definitely have more heels than flats,
Okay.
and you can tell I like the daring, very narrow
Yes.
heels.
Yes, you
So, like you
do.
said, so what happens is that little heel tip,
It breaks off or
very
over
easily, right?
time.
Yeah, and like you said, when I walk in mine, I strut, so now I'm adding that
Yes.
extra weight of that attitude.
Right, exactly. It's like, oh my God, you're working on the hair of,
Exactly.
yeah.
So, and with that being, so like you said though, Buffalo, New York, we're not exactly a Toronto or New York City
Right.
style.
Yeah.
And I had went looking for shoes, and I'm like, what has happened to the fashion? Because I would never wear those. Those are just like either fugly or
Oh my
no.
God. And me and my friend, I have a friend, Diana.
Uh-huh.
Diana, love you. Um, Me and her send each other pictures all the time where she'll go to New York City and she'll go to like the Prada store and she'll see like some of the heels that they have on sale. She's like, who thought this was a good idea and someone was going to actually buy this?
And then in Buffalo, then we're not exactly the most fashionable state. So now you don't have, options that you can walk into a store and buy something like that. You're either ordering online
Yes,
or,
and you're not getting to actually try it on for
well,
real and get the
yeah.
real experience.
Or you're driving to downtown Toronto to get this taste of like
Of
shoe.
yes,
So with
yeah.
that being said, like, over time I've built up kind of like a few unique pairs of heels.
Yeah.
So like you said, over time, that heel tip, and I'm like, why would I get rid of the whole, shoe when I can just take these to a cobbler and get the heel tip replaced?
Right. But
So
finding a good cobbler nowadays
yes.
is the hardest thing. And then when you find a good cobbler, good luck finding one who has the schedule to fit you in within a 2 to 3 week time frame.
Right. Yeah, I have gotten I've gotten pretty lucky with one, and
Yeah.
I usually use him. I've used him for quite a few pairs of shoes, but I was just grateful to be like, great, I can keep my unique, pairs of heels, and all I'm doing is replacing the heel tip, and that's like a fraction of a new pair of shoes. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So I think it's like it
And if you've got a good pair of shoes, what's $20 a heel?
Literally,
And
yeah.
like it's really like would
Yeah.
you, and especially like they've got sentimental value,
Yeah.
you've broken them in, like
And then just they don't make those styles of certain shoes that I have anymore, and I'm like,
the shoes from the early 2000s are, I mean, you don't know how many women I talk to now that are like, I have a pair of boots from like 2008.
Yeah.
They were my mom's. I love
Oh.
them. I can't get rid of them. They're broken and like I don't know what to do. I'm like, you
Bring 'em
found the
in.
right
Yeah,
person, you know?
exactly. Yeah, because like I said, you need, I said with our, we're always on our feet, and especially as women, and if you do wear heels a lot, you gotta have the shoes right.
And that's the other thing too is I know so many realtors and so many women in office positions that are, I mean, pretty high up on the company's board, and they're like, yeah, I've never gotten my shoes shined before. And I'm like, that was almost a customary thing you did back in the day. Like you would go down, get your coffee on your lunch break, and then get your shoes shined. Yeah, it was like classy.
That's like I said, we got to bring that back. That's like I said. I said I don't do fashion just yet because you never know when a new idea is gonna
A new idea is gonna, yeah, you don't know. You're like, bell bottoms are back again? I don't, what, who's,
But I said when
skinny jeans are back, by the way, did you know?
Listen, I don't keep. I wear was quality, comfortable.
Quality
it looks good
and
on
comfortable,
me. I can't
yes.
keep up with the seasons, the brands. Like it's too much. But when I was growing up, I wanted to be a fashion designer. So
Right.
I always had a thing for like fashion, and I kind of just expressed that through my creativity and fashion on myself these days. So
So, and you can see that in your work too, because
Yeah.
you're so like all over the place. But no, it's like, it's funny because it's like you're all over the place, but it's like because you can tell that you have so many ideas flowing through you at all times. And I'm kind of the same way where
yeah.
on top of owning this business, I also have a landscaping and home renovations
Okay.
business.
Well, there you go.
So I'm just a handy person. I've always just been very handy. And
It's good to be that way.
yeah, I think it's good to be a jack of all trades, right? Like, and I think you say that
Jane
you're
of
a
all
Jane of all
trades.
trades, right? So, and I think like there's something to that because when I first started out doing landscaping, I had clients that would say, "Oh, can you like mount a TV?" And it's like, yeah, I've been doing that since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like I've done this stuff like since because I've been working since I was 13, right? So doing odd and end jobs, like summer jobs, like, so I've kind of learned just about every craft of blue collar field. And then it has stemmed itself into now I'm like, I know how to do all this. And I have clients who will ask me like, hey, I need help with this. Do you know anyone? I'm like,
And then once again, okay, here we are aligning a one-stop shop.
exactly. It's like we are a one-stop shop for everything. This is not something that, you know, a lot of people offer. And the other thing is too is I don't trust many people in terms of like referring my business over because if you do a bad job, I'm now I'm now losing that client and like who knows however many
trust
clients.
factor.
Right. That like I've built a reputation for myself. I can't risk that.
And a lot of the time people don't understand the importance and the significance in that because especially when you're a one person show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, people, you know, have to have that understanding. Well, if I'm hesitant or this and that, or like, well, what's the purpose? You know, and anything that comes out of your mouth of as far as referral, it's your reputation. So now that is a risk on your end where if something doesn't go right. You know what I mean?
And I've had that happen once before, very early on, and it was in a very critical sense. So I learned from that mistake of like I had to sit there with egg on my face, you know what I mean, and kind of like let the client know like, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna make it right. And I think that's the other thing is too, like when you make a mistake, being like humble enough, you got to be able to own it. You got to be able to own it.
That's customer service. So everybody who developed this horrid whatever.
I'm gonna let this sit for a moment. We're gonna let that dry, and then we'll sit on the couch and chit chat until they dry.
All right. Yeah, customer service these days is concerning at this point.
How does it feel?
First of all, I almost forgot what I was saying, and I almost started to fall asleep because the massage while you were rubbing the what is that called?
The calves.
What is this? Oh, the
the
conditioner. The
conditioner, yeah.
conditioner. So yes, that has been wonderful so far.
And that's the other thing too is being a jack of all trades. I've done many different things. I was also a massage therapist for 3 years, right?
When can I book you?
We do couples massages, you know what I mean? You let me know, me and your man, we'll set something up for you guys.
Listen.
We'll set something up for you guys. Anniversary, you know what I mean? It'll be a fun time. I think that's the other thing too is being a jack of all trades, right? Having the experience in massage therapy, doing a shoe shine, I'm not just slapping leather conditioner on there,
Okay,
right?
bye.
Right, like here, boop, bye, right? I'm making sure that it's an experience for you that when you get up, you're like, I don't know what it was, but like, I need that once a week. Right? Like,
it's the impression you leave.
right. And so like when I go to get a haircut from my barber, which I need to do soon, right? It's like I leave there feeling like a rock star. Yes, I feel there feeling like a rock star.
Good, you feel
good. And like the attention to detail that he takes, making sure that like every little bit of thing that I would want taken care of is taken care of before I even leave the table or the chair. It's reassuring that like I can just sit there and turn my brain off. It's like, how often do we get to do that, right? Like I fall asleep not because I'm tired, but I'm like, oh my God, my brain is like for once just being able to be calm. So like sometimes we just need that, and there's just something.
And people underestimate that. Like I just got me a full set this morning. I feel brand new after.
And when I saw you, like it was, what did I say? It was like the first thing I commented on, right? You're like, oh, I just got these done. So it's like, and like getting that recognition from people, like, you know, when your man sees these and they're all said and done, he's gonna be like, oh my God.
I'll be like, where are we going for dinner? So
where are we going for dinner? We need
these bad boys
steaks.
out. Right?
I need a little surf and turf. Yes, you that's like a steak dinner kind of night outfit right there. Yes, but so I think that's the thing is a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people don't like take that self-care. That's the important part. It's like go out for that steak dinner. Enjoy that nice bottle
of wine.
I
said, like stuff like this is an investment. You know, you're spending more, but you know, if it's something that you've accomplished in life and you want to reward yourself, like. This is okay.
And this is the other thing too, right? Unless you somehow grow a foot, you know, and like your feet are no longer the size that they were once were, these are going to be to you forever. And the more you wear them, the more they're going to wear into you, the more this heel area is going to sit into your heel better. It's just going to start wearing into you more. Yeah. And you're going to have these forever. And you can like pass these on. And like, that's the great thing about leather. That's the great thing about like certain items. Like I have a jacket that's very old and I love the fact that it's old. I like knowing that it's traveled through so many hands and like now it's here and I have a role in making sure that I preserve it. Yes. And I need to make sure that it's cared for and maybe my brother gets it or my grandson or whoever.
And I think, and that's the thing too, like things have changed. Well, I'll speak for America because that's what I know. But I feel like things have become so rushed that like people have lost like the value of those things or like caring, you know, for something, even if it is old, but like you can still, you know, keep it in good condition where it's still useful or functional. I know probably in other parts of the world, you know, you might be able to speak more on that behalf is, you know, kind of just like the cultures or like you've lived in different places, you know, and having...
I would say the thing I've noticed the most here is like in Buffalo, right? Especially we want new all the time. We want things to look great. We want like the new shiny building, right? And that's fine and all, but the problem is that you get to the point where the things that are historical are gone. Yeah. And the architecture is no longer the same and things start to feel boxy and
too modern.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we need to start appreciating the things of like old, you know, and like and like even bringing back some older things like shoe shines. I think there should be a shoe shine at, you know, every mall should have a shoe shine,
Or
I
at least
think.
more spots downtown, because
Yeah,
that's where the
because there's so much
business is.
business
Right.
there. But even like if you just went and bought a pair of shoes at the mall, guess what? If you think they look good now, wait till you go down to the little aisle, right? Like we see so many of those sneaker guys with like the little like shoe cleaning kits, and like I love that. That's great. But like let's get some shines going. You know, let's bring some shines back. I want to see the guy sitting there with the newspaper.
Brings
You
us back to
know,
those times.
exactly.
Oh,
And
man.
I do see that coming back a little bit more. We are going back into that more like vintage era. I see.
Yeah, I like that.
I see vintage coming back. I think people are like, people want cast iron pans, leather jackets, leather boots, and they want old cabiny homes. Like they want things that make them feel like a simpler
Home.
time. Yes, home.
You know.
But I think these look like they are about dried. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the polish on there.
Great.
Let's get this done for you.
Yes. Well, I genuinely appreciate you joining me, and you know, letting the audience see this process. You heard it
Absolutely.
here on Just Ask M. I will be sure to show the finished product. Once again, this is Danyar.
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 It's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Danyar, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, I'll tag your page, and feel free to reach out if you have
Yes.
any shoe needs and services. It has been amazing so far.
We also make custom leather items if you have anything, or if you need repairs done in terms of like there's a hole in your pants or your jacket and you need that, we do that as well.
And the holidays are coming up, so
Yeah.
make sure you continue to support and subscribe.